Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. In this video, we're going to talk about Dana Tran and others chipping in to help Sean Diddy Combs secure bail. But the question is this enough? And honestly, I don't think so because Sean Diddy Combs has something in the new bail proposal that posed a problem for his last bail appeal. If you guys remember, Judge Aaron Subramania said to Diddy in his last bail appeal, actually said to his legal team that they haven't changed the bail offer from $50 million. So they're like, listen, you're a big boy. You need to step it up. $50 million just ain't gonna cut it. But I also believe that Sean Diddy Combs and his legal team is very smart in their move. No, no mistakes. When I use pleasantries towards Sean Diddy Combs, it doesn't mean that I'm saying he's innocent. Let him out. He never did anything wrong. No, I'm just talking about the facts. That's just who I am, and as such, I'll present accordingly. So, as I was saying, I believe that it's very smart of them to not up the bail package because so far, from every legal analysis angle, the $50 million is more than enough. And if you guys know about that Abercrombie case, that guy just offered $10 million. So I don't blame his legal team for not upping the bail amount because they would have denied him bail and still yet that would be it. So let's get into this because, as I've said, Dana Tran has chipped in, but also I believe that these things are also affecting him. No, let's put aside the fact that we know they're not going to grant him bail because his takedown is being strategically orchestrated. Besides that, I believe that if Sean Diddy Combs had someone in his corner, and I think this is very telling that he has no one in his corner, and also based on the severity of this case and the charges against him, no one is going to take this kind of risk with their business. But the point is, I'm saying that, if he had someone else to offer up some kind of collateral on his behalf, maybe it would make his bail package somewhat more attractive. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. So, as I've said, Diddy's legal team, they have submitted new proposal for his release. Conditions include $50 million bond backed by multiple family members, right? He's saying no access to phones, no access to internet, and would have security's personnel set up in place. And he would cover a partial amount. I kid you not, I'm not trying to be funny. He did say that he would cover a partial amount of this proposed package or the full cost. No, some of the things that they're saying in this bail package includes, as I've said, we have Chance Mom, we have Dana Trend. It says that Anita. So, guys, as I was saying, it says that the defense proposes the following updated bail package, which will assuage any concerns of danger and obstruction and will ensure Mr. Combs' appearance in court. A $50 million bond co-signed by Mr. Combs, his mother, his sister, and the mother of his oldest daughter, the mother of his youngest daughter, and his three adult sons, secured by the equity in Mr. Combs' residence located in Miami, Florida, and encumbered property appraised at about $48 million, further further secured by the equity of Combs' mother's home in Miami, Florida. Full home detention at his residence in Miami or at a suitable location in New York with GPS monitoring. Consul will travel to this location for any in person meetings with Mr. Combs or have consul meetings via video. To the extent Mr. Combs' travel is necessary to attend court or pre approved medical appointments, his travel will be restricted to the Southern and Eastern districts of New York and the Southern District of Florida. Mr. Combs must pay all or part of the cost of location monitoring. Now, it further states that Mr. Combs will have no access to telephones or the internet except for during calls with counsel to be arranged by security personnel, restrict all visitors except for counsel, and a pre-approved list only consisting of specific family visits will be scheduled only with pre-trial services prior approval. Now, also, they're saying that security personnel will monitor family visits. Mr. Combs shall avoid all contact, directly or indirectly, with any person who is or may be a victim or witness in the investigation or prosecution. Mr. Combs will consent to provide pretrial services random access to the residence. Mr. Combs' passport was surrendered to his counsel on April 1st, 2024, which counsel will provide a pre-trial service. The following family members have also already surrendered their passport to counsel, who will provide them to pretrial service: Janice Combs, Chance Combs, Jesse Combs, and Delilah Combs. Counsel will continue efforts to sell Mr. Combs' airplane. The defendant shall submit to testing for a prohibited substance if required by the pretrial services office or supervising officer. Testing may be used with random frequency and may include a urine testing and wearing of sweat patch, a remote alcohol testing system. So they're saying that, they can also set up a remote alcohol testing system. So this is what he is proposing, his legal team rather. So they're saying that, this is the new bail package offer. If you guys remember, we had spoke about his legal team facing off with a three-judge panel. So this is a new offer they have presented to the three-judge panel. Now, as we know, it's not going to work in his favor because they are using strong arguments in their defense, and they're saying that he's a danger to society. But when you look at that Abercrombie's case, you can't help but realize that there's so much red flags with Sean Diddy Combs' case because again, the former CEO of Abercrombie and Finch was arrested after that BBC documentary, and the details in that documentary is so gruesome. For example, males who were heterosexual heterosexual male. This means that they're not bisexual, they're not attracted to men. They would basically drug these men, give them performance enhancing stimulants so that they could get it up, so that they could have their way with these men. And there's one, this gentleman is a teen, right? And he shared a story where he was literally sex trafficked to another country under the guise of getting a modeling contract, and when he got there he was drugged and he was brutally assaulted repeatedly, sexually assaulted repeatedly, and after the incident he ended up with HIV, and he knew that that's where it happened because he's saying that he lived a particular life, and as such he knows exactly what happened, and they believe that there are people, males specifically, who have been missing as a result, allegedly. So I don't know if you guys have seen that BBC documentary, but it's not something that you really can watch in one sitting. The description of the events, it is so gruesome, it is so horrific. So when you look into that case versus a Sean Diddy Combs case, yes, we've been hearing a lot of stories about Diddy, but so too, if you have been, familiar with that CEO, we've been hearing a lot of stories about it. So I don't see why is it that one person can get bail at $10 million. They can walk about, while Sean Diddy Combs is fighting for his life. Now, make no mistakes again, because when you talk about these things, when you talk about these things, people tend to believe that, oh, you're defending this individual, and that is not the case. But you're just analyzing the information on both sides, and you're realizing that things are not adding up. It's not as though, it is the case that, as Sloan told us, the younger artists, they're going to come out and tell where the bodies are buried. If we were in that phase, I would say, you know what? Their bodies. So I definitely understand him not getting bail. Also, we have to say, there are tapes too that is affecting Sean Diddy Combs. So that is one factor for us to consider, the fact that there are tapes showing, these women being taken disadvantage of for hours, which is very brutal. But in his defense and his argument, he's saying that everyone is willing and consenting participant. And there's one thing that you really cannot use at this point when it comes to, these allegations and these charges. You cannot just tell the court that these people are willing, participants, after people have been saying and suing you, saying that they were bullied, they were threatened, they were coerced into doing these things. We're in the era we're in worldwide, and it's not just the United States. As Ye told us before this happened that it was going to happen. He told us that there's a fight of good versus evil. Sloan has told us this. Prophetess Celestial has also told us this. So we're in the era where, these horrible men are being exposed for what they've done to men, women, and children. And they're going to go down. They're going to go down, no doubt. But I'm just looking at, how each case is handled, and why is each case handled so separately. One area, that individual has the opportunity to get bail. The second area, the other individual has absolutely zero opportunity for bail, knowing that each case involves, people getting ill, people getting threatened, people being drugged, people being, sexually assaulted. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. It's a lot. And I just want to encourage you guys to pray over the kids. Say a prayer for the kids. Say a prayer for us all, as a matter of fact, because it's not as though we can say, oh, men are safe. Thank God men are safe. We can't say that. The men aren't safe, okay? So whisper a prayer over your loved ones, your family, and extend it to the world. Stay safe, and see you guys later. Bye, guys.